I don't have the relationships of a Bud Light. I don't have the relationships, of a Twitch. How can I, as a either maybe an up and coming promoter or even I'm kind of an independent artist, what do I do at this level to survive financially and try to monetize my shows? And I know that's very hard to, in very broad strokes, question, but I think that's probably where a lot of again, people who are going to be watching this are going to have questions. So I think I'll kick it off with Ben, and then if we can go to Brandon and then Tariq.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a great question, and I think it's sort of the same when they're trying to break through, when it's not even about performance, just trying to break through, and you're just making music, because you really need to focus on your fans. And if you have fans who are interested enough in your music to tune into a live stream, whatever platform you're doing on it, like what we're doing is like, yeah, we've built these kind of bespoke interactive tools, but like if you're just streaming on Twitch or you're streaming on YouTube, on any of these sort of open self-serve platforms, it's like, think about how to distinguish what you're doing, and actually take advantage of the fact that you're digital, and the stuff that Tariq was saying, like putting, interacting in the chat, getting, just like, you don't need these super complicated features to create an interactive show. Like, we've built some cool stuff, but it's like, if you just listen to folks in the chat and put questions out and talk to people, talk to your fans, give them something special, you can just get more people involved. I mean, and to the point of like of monetization, I think it's like, it's going to be very tough. I think, I'm curious to hear what these guys think, to monetize at a significant level as a small independent artist without sort of building an audience. Like, I think if you build something special and you build an audience by doing something unique in your live stream performances, then those conversations will come organically and they'll start to happen. I think that trying to sell tickets at the beginning of this, before you've established an audience on the live stream, probably doesn't make sense at the beginning. But that's just my instinct, and I've never had to try to break through. But
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm going to agree.
Yeah.
I agree with Ben 1,000%. This is a very tough question because we're still trying to figure it out, to be quite honest. But I would say everything that Ben said, but then also looking at it, I think about it from the promoter perspective. So when you're an artist in IRL trying to get on, you're usually opening up for another act at a venue in your city, which is not necessarily possible right now. But try to look at it from that particular model where it's, you have your Live Nation or AEG of digital, which I would say is a Twitch, is a YouTube. So we have a lot of major artists that are performing there. But there have been so many of these independent, startup live stream companies that are popping up, like so many of them. So I put it on that artist and or their management team to research what these companies are, broker some sort of deal or some sort of opportunity. Like, look, I'll be a part of your platform, get that platform to kind of market you a little bit and help to push that. I think looking at it from that independent versus non-independent model as well could be something that's helpful, but you can't sell tickets right now. You're trying to establish your name, establish who you are as an artist. So it's really tricky, but I think it's really trying to partner with some of these newer technologies and newer platforms that really just need to drive viewers, and they'll, utilize you along with, X amount of other artists just to make sure that they start to get out there a bit more.
Yeah, I agree with everything both these guys said. I guess I would just answer a different part of your question, Ogden. You mentioned the independent promoter and how the independent promoter could try to navigate these times. And my answer to that one of my answers to that, we could go on for hours about this, but one of my answers to that would be the independent venue. There are countless independent venues that are hurting right now, that need some type of business, right? So you could partner up with the independent venue, come to agreeable terms there, and start putting on some shows with up and coming talent. And as far as I have to, I agree about the ticketing it. It's very difficult to ticket it, so you're gonna have to come up with creative ways or booking the right artists and getting radius clauses. People are doing that right now. I'm not a big fan of charging for the ticket. I'm more a fan of the free show. But that's why I said maybe with the independent venue, you could work out some type of agreement where they're sharing some of the risk with you, and you guys are going to market together on getting the sponsorships. And I'm talking about the independent promoter that has some money that, you know, they're used to doing business, paying an artist and selling the tickets. So it's just about, okay, what risk can I take and then monetize on the sponsorship front? And then be ready to start scaling back to tickets, because if you start doing it at these venues, then, you know, you got 0 people there at first, but maybe your market will start allowing gatherings of 50 people or whatever, and you can partition the venue and start ticketing some of it. So I would say that for the independent promoter to go partner with the independent venue.
Yeah, I actually think that's a terrific idea. Sorry to jump in, but I just think like it's a great idea what Tariq is saying also, because just like those venues where you can help each other, like those venues have lists and they can help bring an audience. You know, like if you go to venues that actually have you know, a built-in IRL audience that they can reach digitally, you know, I think you could combining forces to actually bring an audience together is a great idea. I think that's a cool idea.
And it makes sense for the venue, because even just on a marketing level, to keep their name active and keep it in people's mouths, so that when we're back, like they know, like, oh, that's the spot.